Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to play Over the Waves. Over the Waves was a request for Philip, one of my supporters on Patreon. Originally called Sobre las Olas and written by Juventino Rosas. And apologies for my pronunciation. He wrote this in 1888. He was a Mexican classical composer. This is well known as a classical tune, also as a New Orleans tune, and as a Texas fiddle tune. And the version that I'm going to look at, well actually I'm going to give you three versions. One a really simple basic one, the second one a version with ornamentation, and the third one from the playing of Johnny Gimble on his recording with Willie Nelson, and that's got some lovely double stops. Okay, let's start off with the basic tune, which is pretty simple, but there's a few accidentals where we're going away from the general key of G. So there, we put the second finger down on the B and the first finger, bring it up to that second finger. Same thing happens here, first finger comes up to the second finger and then you lift your second off. Again, the first finger next to the second finger. You keep your second finger on there and put your third finger next to it on the G string. Same again. Here's another accidental. So first finger on the A string, playing a B. Bring it down, and again. You can slide it if you want, but I think it's better to separate them like that. Another accidental. There are various different ways of ending that. That's just one way I came across. So let's just do all of that again with the backing. Okay, now let's look at some ornamentation. There are several different types of ornament we're going to use. One is the grace note. So, for example, on the fourth bar, I'm going to flick the fourth finger like that, just before the first note of the bar, and slurring into it. Next line we're going to do a double, in Irish music this would be called a double cut. It's 2 upper grace notes. So we're flicking 4 and 3 on before the second finger. Now this is a very common one, when you've got a long note at the end of a phrase. It's just to interrupt that note, like that, either within a slur or as a separate note. Carrying on. And here we got a hammer on. So we're playing the note below, and then we're dropping the note onto that within the same bow. So you could call that another hammer on, or you could call it a grace note. And it's kind of optional whether you do just hold a note or do one of those. Triplets are a very common ornament, particularly in Texas fiddling, and there's lots of places you could put them. So all of these ornaments are optional. You put them in when and where you feel like. Let's hear all of that with the backing. And finally, let's look at the Johnny Gimbel's version of this. And this has most of the ornaments, but we've also added a lot of double stops. And this is the style that you will use, hopefully, if you're going to try and win a fiddle contest with this tune. So, we can start off with, instead of just the... we'll do a D drone under the first note. And then for the next bar, keep the beat on and play over all 3 notes. Let's just play those 4 bars. Okay, now we've got... Now a lot of Johnny Gimbel's double stop patterns involve discord. And we're starting off with a beauty. So for 1/4, that is a real discord. But the great thing about these discords is he immediately sweetens them by moving on to the next. Like that. And then here on the D7 chord, you put your F sharp down with the 2nd finger over the 4th finger, and this is quite hard to get in tune. And slide your 4th finger down a half a step, and then your third finger. Carrying on. Second and third go down together and you slide them down and up again. Same thing again, 3/2. And then 1/3. Keep the 1 on and bring 3, 2, 1 underneath. 3/2 for the G chord. Then next line. So 1/3, sliding them both down and up again. And then 2/4. 2/4, 1/3, open over 1, 2/3. So that is 2/3 with the 3 on a C natural. This is a tricky one, 4/2, and he's sliding them both down and up. Okay, now put your first finger on and keep it on for 2 bars. So the underneath we've got, first finger is staying on the top. That's a beauty. So this is a really nice one. E on the top, the 4th finger. Your second finger on the D string is playing an F natural. And then second finger stays on for the next 2 notes. Your third finger goes down to the D note and down to the C note. And then 1/1 open, 1/1, 1/3. And then this is my favourite, and I do love that he saves the best right to the end. So we got a C with the second finger over a G sharp played with your 4th finger. That 4th finger stays there as you lift your second off and play your first. Another lovely discord, A over G. Second finger over with an A above it. I'm just going to play the last 2 lines. They're the trickiest. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Now, there's a good chance that 1 or 2 of these licks will simply be too hard. And that doesn't mean that you can't play this version. It just means you simplify those bits. You revert to the ornamented version just for those 1 or 2 phrases. But you can, meanwhile, be practicing those phrases on their own, just as a thing in themselves. And eventually you can bring them back into the tune at some point, hours, weeks, months, or even years later. Okay, I'm going to finish off by playing all the way through this complex version with the double stops. Hope you enjoyed this. You can take your pick of the 3 versions which you think is appropriate for your level. Hopefully you will get to the 3rd level at some point and you will win a contest with it. If you'd like a copy of the sheet music for all of these versions, do subscribe to the channel, send me an email and I will send you a free PDF. And if you join me on Patreon, not only will you get this PDF, but also all of my other PDFs, and that is, I think, over 400 of them now. And also on there is a PDF booklet of 30 Texas contest tunes available nowhere else, and again free if you join me on Patreon. Thank you for watching. See you again soon.